Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning to you. And I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. What is today going to be? It is going to be one of my favorite things to do. I haven't done it in a long time because of life and the way it has gone. Freezer meal making day. I absolutely love doing these. I do. I don't do enough. I haven't done enough, but I'm excited to do this. I did all those breakfast foods and I was like, all right, this feels good. So I'm like, let me start on some dinners now. I don't want to do a ton because it is December. We are going to have like extra treats and stuff for Christmas, but I thought I'll break it up and do different meats. So today is going to be dedicated chicken freezer meal days. I've got a bunch of recipes here. I'm not going to give you the ultimate end number because I always start with that and then I always add more or I do less. So it'll be a surprise, but I guarantee you there's a lot of variety in there. So today's been a good day. I got up, slept in a little bit. Last night I had a great night. We started our little Christmas fun night movies. The kids and I we went for a walk yesterday and a bike ride. And then came home, swam in the pool, it was nice and warm. And then we went upstairs and we watched a Christmas movie. So I got some footage there. We pulled out our Christmas coloring sheets last night and had our little Debbie cake. So it's one of those things that you can put out a bunch of coloring pages and pencils and guess what? Everybody will color something. So it was just fun and relaxing. Everybody was having fun. They're like, oh, just the fun memories. Just, we used to do that all the time. So it was just good to like chill and just like relax and like breathe. That's a good thing to do. So I enjoyed that. We pulled out the little Debbie cakes that I was on the hunt for because my mom always gets them. No, I have not had those in years. I can honestly say I've not eaten those in years just because the kids probably eat them all up before me. I had one last night and I was like, ooh, these are very frosting. Like I felt like I was eating a thing of frosting. I don't love frosting. Certain frostings I do, but I had to go, it was okay. It was very sugary and they are bigger than I remember, which usually food has shrunk. I feel like those have gotten bigger, but I ate it all and I was like, all right, I can do this. I can surely do this. So we had those. They liked the brownie ones. We had the brownie Christmas trees and we just enjoyed. It was enjoyed. We had hot cocoa. The kids made different kinds. Stephen was like, mine is very minty. Mom, try it. And so I had his. It was minty. Mine was, I usually just have plain hot cocoa while I put some of my little cookie crumbles in it. That actually did make like the Oreo cookie crumbles. That made it taste like cookie after a while. So just good relaxing day. And so today, it's freezer meal making day. That's all I got to do today. Well, that's school and life. And then my refrigerator people are coming. So they give you that time frame of like 9 to 1 that they're coming. So I'm like, okay, do I get up super early, lose sleep and get this done? Or do I just get up at normal time that everybody else does and tackle it and see what happens? That's my model. That's my new model. I did that yesterday. I was like, you know what? I slept in till normal people time and I did my day, and you know what? I still had time for a walk. I still had time for the pool. I still had time to do a video and some extra work. Not bad. And spend time with the kids. And then today I'm like, I have a lot going on with this freezer meal, but I'm like, you know what? God will get me through it, and I'll be able to have time for rest and relaxation as well as a great freezer full of meals. So we are just going to start. Let's just tackle it, start going. So I'm going to start with the shredded chicken meals. Now, freezer meal making days, whatever supplies you want to have. You can get the fancy bag holders. Kind of cool. I had those sent to me many times. I use them for a little bit and it was one of those things like, it's just easier to put it on the counter and fill it. Okay, could you use them? Yes, they're great to use. Do you have to? No, you don't. It is kind of convenient. I get it. I probably should have saved a few. I had passed those along to friends, so they are enjoying those things. But it's one of those things like, you can do without, and then get yourself a marker. I have no Sharpie because, I don't. I have this Sharpie. This is a big giant king size one for moving. I'm like, at least I have something. And then freezer meal packages. So what I did this year is usually I do the big giant pans of food. Okay, we are not eating big giant pans of food. It's just not, it's not happening. A big giant pan of food will last us for a little bit while. So maybe I could just do small and not do it so full. There's an option, Amy. I'm just thinking that out loud. I have a bunch of the, like the half pans. I ordered 8x8 pans and I thought I'll just stuff those full. That'll be great for pot pie and the pesto tortellini. We're not making a huge amount, but then I ordered it last week. It was supposed to be delivered on Monday. It did not come Monday. I just got a notification. Will be sent Wednesday. And I'm like, ugh. So I'm like, do I do the store and get stuff? Do I just freeze it in pans? But now that I'm talking, you know what I might just do? I have bigger ones. So I might just use my bigger ones and I just won't make it overflowing. right? Like normal, make it small, I mean, let's go for small. That's the key. Freeze your meal, we can do a bunch of dinners, but just do small size, because that's the problem. I make so much, but there's not that many huge eaters here in the family. So we're gonna start with that. So I'm gonna get on my first recipe. You guys ready? All right, I'm gonna get all my ingredients out. I'll come back and tell you the first recipe. It's from my good friend Tammy. She made it a long time ago for us, and I have it in my cookbook. Delicious. I'll put the recipe on the screen. Give me a sec. Okay, I had to laugh. I was like, I went to get my ingredients. I'm like, it's not in my cookbook. No, it's not in my cookbook. Then I'm like, why didn't I put that in my cookbook? And I looked at the recipe online on my blog, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I don't even have enchilada sauce for an enchilada casserole. And I don't think I ever used enchilada sauce. It was one of those things that I never had on hand, so we just didn't use. So this is always the time where you're like, all right, what can you do to make this a little bit better? How can you make this work? So I basically, what do you call it? It's not gonna be enchilada. It's going to be black beans, corn, shredded chicken, salsa, and then I have red peppers and green peppers, so I'll probably chop some of those up. And then you add rice. And so I'm thinking I'm gonna taste that, see what it tastes like, and maybe I'll end up adding some taco seasoning. Basically, it's like chicken, I don't even know what you call it, chicken mix, whatever. My thought was Tammy's enchilada casserole, so don't get angry if I don't do exact, but basically we're gonna mix together. So let me get up my veggies, we'll chop some up, we'll leave the cutting board out because I'll be chopping all day, and then we'll mix it all together, put it in a bag, it'll be great. I can honestly say that I have done all the tricks for not having your eyes burn for an onion. I've done a lot of freezer meals. People are like, just put it under cold water, it helps. Okay, it does help. And then I know people say if you refrigerate it helps. And I was like, oh, does it? You just have to refrigerate it all the time. We keep our onions in the refrigerator all the time. Moving to Florida, I realized you can't keep onions in your pantry or potatoes. You have to keep them in your refrigerator. So with that said, my onions do not make my eyeballs burn because they are cold. So yes, that hack does work. Keeping them cold in the refrigerator does help so you don't have burning eyeballs. Okay, are you ready to put this together? I was like, do I mix it up in a bowl first and then taste it, or do I just dump it and go? So I'm more of a taste and see person, but you know what? Today I'll be a dump and go person. I think that's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do, I had to look through because I'm like, my recipe, I made it when I had 10,000 kids, and so I put, you know, she had like 1 can of beans, and I put 2. And so then I was like, so I think when I went shopping, I got some ingredients, obviously, and then I was like, I got 2 cans of black beans. Usually I always have extra of everything. I usually always have extra of everything. Well, I don't. So then I was like, did I get the other can of black beans for this recipe, or did I get it for a different recipe? So I had to look and see, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. So I'm just not that all prepared this morning. That's okay. It's gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do is drain my corn, and then I'm gonna rinse my black beans. I'm just gonna do, I guess I can do both at the same time, right? I can do that, and we'll just separate them. Drain those real good. You don't have to rinse your black beans. You can leave them, but they just get the rest of your stuff black. No big deal. It just makes it more not so pretty. And since the internet is going for aesthetic, make it look pretty. Label your bags before you put all your ingredients in. It just makes it easier. You don't have to. Sometimes they're wet and then the marker doesn't stick, so label it before you put it in. It really does help. I'm not big on this and I forget, and then I go in my freezer and I'm like, oh, what is that? Or, oh, I thought that was refried beans and it was pumpkin. So it happens all the time. Did you see my chicken? Remember how I left it in here to cook? See how much easier it is when it just pulls away by itself? You can use it in a mixer and it'll shred it all up too, but you can just use it. When you have a whole bunch, it's more work. So just take your fork and just separate it around. Look at that. That just all pulls together. I leave the liquid in there because it absorbs in the chicken and just makes it a little bit more moist. So this is really good chicken. I pulled up this is rotisserie chicken. We gotta do something with that too. Okay, so for this recipe, I'm gonna take 2 cups of shredded chicken. I'm gonna put it in the bag here. This is where those bag holders come in handy, but it's okay, you don't need them, you don't need them. And then I'm gonna take my black beans and pour those in there. Just gonna take half of this bowl here, a can of corn, and then I'm gonna put a handful of the onion I chopped up and some of the peppers in there. And so I'm thinking this needs a little bit more spice, so I'm gonna add, I had a can of green chilies in my pantry, so I'm like, why don't I add half of that to this? And then, you know, I got to do seasoning. You know, I got to do flavor. So I'm thinking the taco flavor. So I'm going to add a little bit of taco seasoning to mine. And then I'm going to put 1 cup of rice in the top, and that's it. That's it. This bag's going in the freezer. So when I go to make it on the bag, I add 2 cups of water, put it, and then you put it on your stove and simmer it, or you can stew it in the slow cooker. Either way. So this is one meal done. I'm going to do another one. Okay, so the first one, I did the taco seasoning to it, and then I snuck in after I filmed, I put a little bit of tomato bouillon in there for flavor, people. Then the next one, I remember that I had those packets for these ones, Sazon Goya, I think is the name. Now we make this for our Mexican, maybe Spanish rice with tomato bouillon. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I put that in there? So I put that in. The one, will I remember which one it's in? No, hopefully I will. So these are good. I got 2 meals done. Let's clean up this mess during the next one. Okay, the next one I'm gonna do is Maddie's favorite dish, and this is pesto tortellini. So now, usually I don't use it. I used to use these once upon a time. But in our home, not everybody can have dairy. So we haven't found a good alternative to Alfredo sauce. I know there's ones out there. I know you can make them with like random whatevers. They just don't like them, and that's okay. They'll have something else. They don't mind. So usually on pesto tortellini night, I usually do meatballs, and I cook those separate. And then I do like a pasta, either spaghetti or like a, what do they call that one? What's the one with the penne pasta? Mastacholi, that's the word I'm looking for. So we just do that with this. It works because there's only a few that like it. So what I'm gonna do is take do it a little bit different. And the good thing is my pans, I'll just do them less. Usually I overfill. That is my life, overflowing. So I'll go less, and that means it'll be down, which is fine. It'll thaw faster, it's good. So all I'm gonna do in these pans, I'm gonna do 2 of them. Just put some shredded chicken. I'm gonna put the tortellini on next, and then I'm gonna mix up the sauce separately, and that's gonna be a jar of ragu sauce and a jar of pesto sauce. I have a big one from Sam's, but we're gonna use this one because I know they like this one. I bought one from Aldi, and they were all like, what did you use for that? It doesn't taste as good. So they know the difference. So I didn't want to use the Sam's one on a freezer meal because nobody will eat it. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle cheese on top, make it a little bit different. You used to mix it all up and then put it in the pan. Let's just dump and go in the pan. So let's just add all those in and put the recipe on the screen. This is Madeline's favorite dinner. All right, I've got 2 pans of this, just a little bit smaller, but that's okay. The big pan works, and I'll just be able to stack them. Now, I like to put a piece of wax paper between the foil and my meal because over the years, sometimes if you freeze for a long time, which I do sometimes, the foil will separate in the food. Can't be good for you. I mean, is the coffee creamer that I'm drinking good for you? You know what I mean? So, or if you get heavy duty aluminum foil, that's a little bit better. I just have regular foil, standard foil. So I put 2 on top because I have found that it does break through when, everyone's not careful in the freezer. It works. 2 more meals done. And the next thing we do is chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie is one of those love-hate things in our family. Some love it, some hate it. So it's more like choke it down, which is terrible because it tastes delicious. I don't understand it. But we do make it, so it's one of those things that not everybody loves, but it is yummy and delicious. So what I'm gonna do, because I did not prepare, that's how that works. So I make my own cream of chicken soup. Which I realize I'm gonna be out and I'm like, I have a lot of chicken left. I could probably do some more. I probably will end up making more to have in my freezer. So what I'm gonna do is put this on the stove and heat it up because I did not prepare at all. I was like, oh yeah, I have all my chicken. I'm like, wait a minute, I have my chicken here, my cream of chicken is all frozen. So normally you can just, you know, thaw this and add it in here. Put it in your microwave, but my microwave is small, so it's not big, so it takes a little while to heat all this up. So I just bring it over here and heat this up. And then what I'm thinking of doing, I was like, how am I gonna do my chicken pot pie? I think that I'll do it in the 9x13 pan. That's fine. I'll just do it, again, smaller size, and it'll just be below the pan. So I'm gonna take a pie crust, I'm gonna roll it out as best I can into a rectangle shape. The square one was gonna be better, but they're not here. And then all that I add to mine is mixed vegetables. We used to use canned mixed vegetables, potatoes, canned diced potatoes, and cream of chicken soup. That was it. That's how we made our recipe all the time. I just gotta watch for my people. And that's it. So I'll probably add a little bit of water, a little bit of chicken bouillon, kind of stretch it, make it a little bit more liquidy. That's how we make our chicken pot pie. Simple, easy, and delicious. And chicken too. Did I say chicken? And chicken. Let's get the rolling pin out as well. So what I'm gonna do is, I like to use this chopper right here. This is a favorite chopper, Vidalia. I think it's Vidalia. Yep, Chop Wizard. They have them all over the internet now. Great tool. I don't mind chopping things up. I was gonna pull it out for my onions and peppers. I'm like, I'll just chop it and get it done. Hey, Maxine, good morning. She's like, I just woke up. Let me go let her out. And then I'm just gonna chop my potatoes in this. Real simple because it does them nice and perfect squares. Just making sure that she doesn't miss anything on the floor. I guess we'll wait to put you out. She's like, I know there's food. I smell it, you're cooking. I've been smelling the chicken for days. So basically slice these in half and then put them on the chopper, chop them down. It's easy. Okay, let's roll out our what do these called? These called pie crust. Let's roll out our pie crust. Okay, so a little tip. I was getting Pillsbury for years. Aldi's comes with paper, which is kind of nice. When you unroll it, let me show you. Look, it's on the paper. So how nice. So if you want to take your little rolling pin, try to roll it out as best you can. Make it a little bit thinner. That'll help fit better in your 9x13 pan. So I made a nice big pot of chicken filling. So that is just my cream of chicken soup. I use 4 of the little containers, probably 4 cans, and then I think it's 2 cans normally at the store. And then I had shredded chicken, diced potatoes, and mixed vegetables. That's it. I'm gonna put these in these 2. Now, I should have, like, this one's a little bit higher on this side and this side. Sometimes the liquid can go behind it, you know, and it makes it all weird, but I'm gonna try to get it in the middle, put another crust on top, and just roll it out and push it down so it's a nice enclosed pie. No big deal. We've done it where you just had the liquid in on the bottom, the mixture on the bottom, and then the pie crust on top. Either way, or put like a Bisquick-y topping. Whatever your family likes. If they don't like it, it's like one of those things you introduce it to them a couple different times, and sometimes it's not so bad. So it's all good. So I'm just gonna pour these in here and get the top on. Okay, Maxine is like at my feet. You wanna see where she is? Look where Maxine is. She's right here. She's like, just give me some chicken. That's all I want. Do you need a piece of chicken? I can give her a little piece of chicken. Do you need a piece of chicken? She's like, I need some chicken in my life. There you go. So chicken pot pie is done, which is a good thing. So I got 2 more to put out my freezer. So mine just be smaller size, and that's good. Downsize. You can do freezer meals on small size family. Now, what's the next one we're gonna do? The next one I'm gonna do is jambalaya. Now, this is not jambalaya like official jambalaya. This is, most of your food and most of my food comes from people that pass it down to me, or, you know, that I've had somewhere before. So I might call it, like, one example would be shepherd's pie. Now, I know shepherd's pie, that's what we grew up calling it our entire existence of life. That's just what we call it. It's what my entire family called. Sure, they may be wrong, but that's what they called it. So you just grow up and you just get used to calling it that. So this is one of those dishes that we got, I think my husband's coworker made it one time, and it was very good. There's no seafood. I can't do seafood, so it just has kielbasa, shredded chicken, rice, you know, tomatoes, spices. Maxine just smells everything. She's going crazy today. She's not gonna do very good. And then Cajun seasoning. It's simple and easy, and it's very delicious. So we do like making this. So it's not official jambalaya, I get that, but I don't do shrimp. We don't do any of that. So I'm just gonna cut up. I think the key is the tiny ingredients. So you can do big slices. That's the dog sneezing. So I'm just gonna cut it and do like little quarters of the sausage, and then we'll put them in a bag, put the chicken in there, all the ingredients. It's yummy. And then when we go to serve it, put it in either on the stove and heat it up with I put 2 cups of water on the bags, then I know how much to add. The next recipe I'm gonna do is a buffalo chicken, and it's gonna be for buffalo chicken wraps. I think we're gonna have this tonight because I feel like this will be a good thing to add to our meals. My kids love spicy food. They love spicy. The other day, I had my food and there was a jar of sriracha sauce in there. Remember when sriracha was, I don't even know if you can't find anymore. Maxine, you need to stop. She's like clawing at my legs. Sriracha sauce was hard to come by. I don't remember sriracha sauce being so hot. I had some of my stuff. I thought my mouth was gonna burn on fire. It was so bad. It was like a garlicky, I'm like, I don't even know. It was so strong. She's just not gonna stop. I'm gonna give her a tiny piece. I guess I'll give her another one. So anyways, so I'm thinking to do the buffalo chicken. So basically we're gonna do the shredded chicken. I'm gonna add buffalo sauce to it and ranch powder, and then mix it up. And then today we can put it on wraps with some lettuce and have a nice easy either lunch or dinner. We'll see how the day goes. Okay, this was a little bit of trial and error of like what tastes good. So that is gonna be really good right there. I just made this little pot right here because I'm gonna put this on the stove. It's already just has to be heated up more. These are I always like to share my Red Chef pans. These are really good Christmas idea. I'm sharing lots of Christmas ideas. Good pans, like the ceramic coating, lightweight. Like this one, it has the handle that comes off. Sorry, comes off so it doesn't take up a lot of room in your cupboard. Stick it back on. So that will be used in tortillas with lettuce. That'll be really good. So I'm gonna make this big batch. I wasn't sure how it was gonna taste, but it just mix it with the ranch powder. We can all do ranch powder. That works good. You can add a like block of cream cheese. I just avoid the dairy. It's delicious. Okay, so that is really good. I was thinking if I added too much ranch to it, it was gonna be a little bit too much, but it counteracts it. Delicious. This is so good. So we're gonna put it, I'm gonna put some in the freezer. We're just gonna put on tortillas, throw lettuce on there, some veggies, and do wraps today. That's gonna be our dinner this evening. So that's our dinner or lunch, we'll see. I think I have enough lunch stuff, probably dinner this evening. So very good. I can't give you an exact recipe. I just add enough to make it gushy. I guess if you had 2 cups of chicken, 2 cups of shredded chicken, a bottle of the hot sauce, and then like 1 packet, that's what I'd say, 1 packet of the ranch in there. Delicious. And then we'll put it in the freezer for another day, or you can mix up with pasta if you need it to be, whatever you want to do with it. All of my shredded chicken is gone except this. So I'm setting aside this for right now. I might do a taco casserole possibly for tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. I'm gonna leave it out and we'll see if I end up making it. I'm gonna see if there's anything else I think about while I'm making the meals. And then I had like 2.5 bags of rotisserie chicken. For whatever reason, the rotisserie chicken, like if you ate the shredded kind that we just made, it tastes what we're used to. The rotisserie chicken tastes too chickeny. Is that a word? Do you understand what I mean? It's more like the rubbery chicken. And I don't know, sometimes it's delicious and it's amazing. I think 2 times ago, I got all the rotisserie chicken and it got eaten up so quick. Everybody loved it. The second time, no one touched it. So then I'm like, was it just the chicken? I don't know. So I just put it in my slow cooker and I turned it on high. I'm gonna let that slow cook and kind of maybe soften it a little bit, put some spices in there. We'll see if that kind of gets a little bit softer so we can make something with it. So now we can move on to our next dishes. The next thing I'm gonna do is meatballs, chicken meatballs. Now, do I recommend doing this if you have little kids, they don't like new things? No, don't even waste your time or your money. So I did use ground turkey back in the day, and the kids were like, ooh, I can taste it. And so I found that if you mix ground turkey with a ranch packet, then it made like a decent meatloaf and you didn't really notice the taste. But I haven't experimented enough to like hide that from the kids. So my kids are older, they can eat different things. So we have got a bunch of ground chicken right here. I watched Kimberly Watt from the Watts channel, and she just ground it up. You can buy this, but you just grind it up in the food processor. Hello, simple and easy, yes. So let me move my stuff here. So I'm gonna make a couple different recipes for chicken meatballs. This one is really, really delicious and yummy, and then you add like a lemony garlic herb butter when you go to bake it after you bake it. So I'm just gonna make the balls, put them on a cookie sheet, and we're gonna freeze those solids. It's called flash freeze. I'll probably put it in a, we'll see, pan maybe, we'll see. And then freeze it solid. Then after they're done, I'll take them out, put them in a bowl, so when I go to make them, I'll put them on a baking pan and bake them in the oven that way. So just put all the ingredients in the bowl, it's up on the screen, mix it up, it's good. Those smell so good. That's just one kind. I'm gonna make another one, but I've got water boiling here because I'm gonna be doing some stuffed shells. So let me get that in my pot. Let me get my other stuff out. It's already out, it's over here. So let me mix up the next one. The next one is gonna be called chicken Florentine meatballs. Let me grab that one. This is really good. We'll mix this one up, I'll put it on the same cookie sheet and then put it in the freezer so I can freeze solid. This has spinach in it, so it's easy to decipher which one is which. Put the recipe on the screen. These meatballs smell so good. So obviously I have more because of the spinach. Now the only problem is, I think there's gonna be a problem. When I go to bake them, they might come apart, the spinach ones, because I did not, you should like thaw it completely and squeeze out all the liquid. I didn't, because I was like, oh, it'll be fine. But then as I'm rolling them, I'm like, I feel like that's gonna separate a little bit. So be warned, don't do that. We'll know when we make the meal, but I might have enough left over to do some more of these ones, but we'll see. I have to make another dish. So these are going in my freezer. Okay, I'm gonna take a break for a minute. My pasta's done, my appliance guy's coming, so I'm gonna take a break. You won't even know that. I'll be back and we'll do some more. Okay, able to move right along. My guy fixed my refrigerator. Yes, I think some of you asked because you guys have the same exact refrigerator, the bespoke refrigerator, and the door on, well, there's two issues with mine. The door it's on the hinges, and so they don't stay open all the time. And so they are supposed to come, the original manufacturer sends it with these little spacers that you put on the door. Well, if you don't, it comes in the package. Well, I was talking to this guy and he said it depends on the person installing the refrigerator. If they give those to you or if they don't send them with them, whatever. But anyways, you can find them on Amazon. Still have to spend 10 bucks to get these little spacers. But we got them. So we got them. It kind of squished the door down. Probably should have got more. I was like, you're already coming. So I just figured we have to replace them again. So he said, honestly, he goes, my spacers are the same spacers as those on Amazon. So if you have issues, hopefully we won't. So he fixed that. And then the ice filtration system, mine, he just replaced the entire thing. So what happens, obviously buy a filter, the filter, and then put it in. He said sometimes it just doesn't seal in there and then the water just leaks out. He says one of those, like, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. It's just the defect, the design, and that's what Greg was saying too. He was looking at it and it's got a rubber O-ring, and so where it plugs into it, if it's not perfect, if there's a little flaw in it, it's gonna have that happen. So it did, it works. I've got water, so that's a good thing. So now I'm back onto food. It worked out really good because I was able to do school with my kids, so I was able to get that done. So what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna do our stuffed shells. We're gonna do, is it a whole half of stuff? I don't think I've ever made stuffing with a whole half stick of butter. We're gonna do that. So I'm gonna do, I've got water in here, and then, yeah, this right here. We're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we're gonna add stuffing. We're doing packaged stuffing. And then over here, we're gonna do, these are my Red Chef pans. Love to share. I'm sharing because you know why? It's Christmas and it's a good thing. And then I got these online. Great pans. These are, this is the one with the removable side. This is another one. It's just light and not bad on your wrist for that. I've got this one as well. Stainless steel. A little bit different. So I thought I'll try something different because I like to cook and I like to try different things out. So I'm gonna use this pan right here. We're just gonna put this right here. I'm gonna mix my gravy up in here. Okay, so for my stuffed shells, I am going to do, yeah, right here. That's what I'm doing. That's okay. Do you have to? No, that's just what I'm gonna do. So it is, what is it? I've got 4 packets here. So it's 4 cups of water. So it basically just simmer on the stove. This would be so simple. So I'm gonna mix these in a measuring cup and just boil it together. It's good. So this is coming to a boil. I'm just gonna add these to it. I've never done packet gravy before, not at all. I usually just make my own gravy with like chicken bouillon and then I'll thicken it. I'm assuming it's the same way. I just thought, sometimes like I know I bought like brown gravy and it was a little better than like homemade stuff. So we'll try it, I don't know, we'll see. So while that's cooking, I'm gonna bring you over here and we'll get ready for the rest. My chicken is in the slow cooker. It is cooking up. I'm tasting it. It definitely tastes better. It tastes better. It doesn't taste like the chickadee chicken. So that'll go for a little bit more. And then when this is done, I'll bring it over here and we will make stuffed shells. So stuffed shells, I'm going to basically take my big giant shell right here and I'm gonna mix up stuffing and chicken. That's it. Just put those together, put them in there, layer it in a pan. I'm gonna put chicken gravy over it. Easy. You can also do stuffing balls that way, mix it all up, just a bunch of different things you can do, and then it'll be delicious. I forgot to add that I'm going to use the raw chicken for this, the ground up chicken and the stuffing. I'll mix it together, just usually do 1 packet with the chicken, stir that together, and then that will go in for the shells. That should be enough. If I have extra, I think I'm gonna do stuffing balls. All you do is mix it together. I'll put some, maybe a couple more spices in there, we'll see, and then add a couple eggs, and I'll hold it together. I'll freeze it on a cookie sheet, and then just bake them in the oven. They get kind of crispy. It's something different. We'll see how much we have left over. So let me finish this up, and we'll keep making. Okay, so the gravy is done over there. I added a little bit of chicken bouillon to it for flavor, a little pepper. It's gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna mix everything together. I think, let me get a bigger bowl up here. I might as well, if I have leftover, then I'll just do, which I will, I'll do the sausage balls. I think that's gonna work out. So in here, I'm gonna put my stuffing, I put some ground chicken, I'm gonna put some spices in there. I'm gonna put some onion, garlic, some chives, and a couple eggs, a little bit of chicken bouillon. Grind it all up, mix it all together, and then I'll put some in the stuffed shells, as much as we can in a pan. I'll put a little gravy down first, and then I'll make little balls with the rest, and then we'll freeze those out. It'll be good, we can pull those out and just cook them as a side. Okay, I took out some of that gravy. I was having a thought about these. I thought, I don't want a ton of the stuffed shells for this because I know it's okay. It's not like a, oh my gosh, we absolutely love this. It's just good enough to have for a meal. But I knew that we will eat more of the stuffing balls. So that's why I wanted to do more of the stuffing balls. All I did was add breadcrumbs to make them a little bit more stick together because they were real moist. So I took out some of that gravy because I was having a thought, and I thought, all this, I still have all this. So I thought, what can I do with this? So I was going to do a taco, like a nacho taco mix, where it had black beans and corn, salsa, and like Doritos. And so I'm thinking, why don't I do a stuffed shell mixture with, I've got shredded chicken in there, and I can even do the uncooked as I'm looking at it. Do I still have raw chicken? I'm not sure what to do with that one here. Let me look up one more recipe, but I might mix it up. So I might mix that up and put that in the stuffed shells. So that'll be good. So let me cover these, get these in the freezer, and I'll do some thinking about my other chicken dish. I decided when I was in there, I was like, put my stuff away. I'm like, what can I do? So I've got shredded chicken here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open a can of black beans, corn, and I'm gonna put some salsa and basically mix it together so it's like a nice gooey mixture. And I'm gonna stuff those remaining shells with that. And then I will create a little bit of a sauce with salsa and the chicken gravy. That's gonna work. Creative. You could add cheese to this. I'm just gonna avoid the cheese. I'm gonna try to make, can I make none of these dairy? Well, the pesto is not dairy free. But the rest I can try my best not. Oops, I'm making my strainer for that. And taco seasoning for flavor. So this last dish is called Let's Get Creative with What I Have Left. So it's kind of like a taco bake as best you can. So I'm gonna put this in my refrigerator. I don't know when I'll eat this. It was just the leftovers with cream of chicken soup and Doritos. Put some cheese in it. We're just leaving the cheese out. So now the rest I have is this. And this is more ground chicken. So I think I'm gonna mix that up and make buffalo meatballs because why not? We're on this meatball kick. So let me get out my ingredients to make some buffalo flavored meatballs. Okay, so for these ones, I'm doing my own recipe here. So what I'm gonna do is, I might have to get some more breadcrumbs. I'm gonna add breadcrumbs, hot sauce, egg, some spices, maybe my onion in there, and just roll them into balls. It should be simple and easy. And then we'll put them on a cookie sheet. I gotta see what I got, and then I'll put them in the freezer. More buffalo meatballs. Okay, creative, that's a good thing. So this is gonna go in the freezer with my Mexican stuffed shells. I'm gonna go get, I just turned my smoker on, I'm gonna go get all my chicken fajita meat and we're gonna cook that out in the smoker because that can do its thing while we're doing something else in here. Okay, taking a break, coming outside. Not really taking a break, I'm just coming outside. It's actually really nice out here. So I'm gonna put all my chicken on the smoker. Okay, I had to take that top rack off so that I I can reach in there and get the chicken without burning my hand. Let me go, I got one clean hand. Let me go wash my hands and then I'll come grab you. Okay, so now I'm on to my raw chicken tender meals. I've got some chicken tenders. I mean, a lot of it's raw, right? And then I also have boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I don't think I've never cooked with chicken thighs ever in my life. Just one of those things we avoid. I'm gonna try it. I know they're good. They're supposed to be better for you. It's one of those like mental things you have to be able to eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make aloha chicken. So I'm just gonna mix the ingredients. I'll put it in the bowl here and then we'll pour it in a bag with some chicken tenders. It'll just go in the freezer, real simple. And then we'll bake it like at 350 in a covered thing or in the slow cooker, or I can also put it on the smoker. Probably better in the like a slow cooker or oven because it'll absorb some of that liquid and serve it over rice. Okay, I got one done and I cut the, ooh, my bag is spilling. I cut the little, does anybody else not like the veiny stuff on there? We don't. And that, oh, you saw a whole lot there that was going to waste. Okay, so my kids are not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it if it's got that little vein in it. So for me, yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I cut a lot of that stuff and just put it in the crock pot and made it into the shredded chicken, and you don't really notice it. So, but I'm pretty much done with that, so I'm not gonna put any more in there. So that was why I wasted all of that. Yes, I wasted, but the kids are gonna be like, ooh, there's a vein in it. They don't like veins. I don't like veins. So that's good. I'm pulling out my smoker. Stuff is looking really good. I'm gonna mix my other one up here. Next one's gonna be honey sesame chicken with the other chicken tenderloins. I'm just gonna put it in the bowl here and then I'll put it in my bag and freeze it. And then we'll put it in the slow cooker, let it cook, or on the stove. So the next one I'm gonna do is gonna be a creamy Cajun. Now this is gonna be something I'm gonna try to put together on my own. I'm looking at recipes because I'm trying to avoid the milk and the cream. So based on a bunch of ones I saw, I'm gonna do my best just to mix this up as much as I can. So I'm gonna just put a bunch of stuff together. I will tell you what it is in just a second after I taste it. Tasting is the key. So mix up your sauce in your bowl here and then I'll let you know what it tastes like. Okay, so that I had to realize I forgot I had Old Bay seasoning. I forgot, this is like a good flavor. Okay, so that's good. So what I did is I added my can of cream of chicken soup. I added in some garlic and onion, pepper, Cajun seasoning, paprika, and then I added a little bit of chicken bouillon and I added some water because it's like chicken broth. And then I forgot that I had the Old Bay, so I put the Old Bay in there. So that's good. So I'm gonna put that in with the Cajun chicken. And just that's it, easy. So we can bake it into a slow cooker when you go to eat it, or put on your smoker because this will be a nice little coating for it. This was like a pasta dish where you had it with pasta and then they added like heavy whipping cream and all that to it, but I didn't want to do that because I'm trying to avoid the complete dairy so that we can all have this. So we'll probably serve this with the pasta. Look at that. Cajun chicken, another dish done. The next one I'm gonna do is gonna be a honey Dijon mustard, something simple. I don't have Dijon, all I have is mustard. So I'm just gonna put honey and mustard basically, garlic, salt and pepper, that's it, and a little bit of flavoring, and that'll be good. So the last one for my raw meat, I still have shredded chicken, and my fajita meat is outside cooking wonderfully. Chicken thighs. Okay, there's a lot of fat on them. I understand that's good for it. So is that one of those things you should cut all the fat off? I don't know. This will be the dish that I'm like, does anybody like it? We're gonna embrace it. So I bought a packet of lemon pepper mix. I think it's for wings, but it'll have the lemon and all that good stuff in there. So that's in there, and then I'm gonna add paprika to mine. What did my other recipe say? Paprika, it had garlic and onion, so I'll show this in just a second. Garlic, I'm literally just putting it in the bag here, and onion. And then I'll get some lettuce. Yeah, it's wing and seasoning mix, so basically, okay, shake it, it works. So I even bought some lemons for this. I do have my fun zester because I couldn't find my other one. So I'm going to zest a little bit of this, slice these up, squeeze some and put some in there, and then I guess just leave this. And we're going to be hopeful on this meal because I have no idea. It's one of those things like, do we love chicken thighs? I just don't like the fatty stuff. Does everybody else? Probably. I just didn't grow up with it. We just don't eat it. I know it's good for you, but it's good. Let me zest a little bit of this and then we'll put it in the bag. I'm laughing because I bought the seedless oranges, or not lemons, and so I'm like, they barely have juice in them. But it goes, I could just put lemon juice in here. I just gotta get a bottle down, hold on. I know, it's not fresh, but there's a lot of juice in there, so that works. So this is just gonna be a lemon pepper chicken thighs. We'll see how that works. Put that in the smoker one day. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Maybe even a new family favorite. So, I'm looking really good here. I am pretty much done except with the chicken there and the slow cooker. I'm keeping an eye on the smoker out there. I'm gonna go and check. My meat is almost done. You don't want to overcook it. I'm back in a minute. Down to the end. I am down to the end. I went up to the smoker. Look at this. Oh, this smells so good and tastes delicious. This is gonna be my chicken fajita meat. So normally I buy that package at the store. No shame if you buy that package. I have bought it ever since I moved here. Did I buy it in the mountains? No, because the discount store had chicken fajita meat. So I bought it here. But I thought, surely I can make this. I made it. So what I'm gonna do, I just put all my peppers back in the refrigerator. I'm like, why did I buy all these peppers? For chicken fajitas. So I'm gonna take and slice up my peppers, put them all in a bowl, and then the chicken I'm gonna slice up, and then I'm gonna separate that into some bags. Some I'll leave plain, and some I will leave with the peppers so we can cook it up for fajita meat. So I'm doing good. I was like, I took a break real quick, and I'm like, let me took a break for 5 minutes just to, I keep checking my, comments and stuff for my last week's video because it was a freezer meal as well. So I'm like, okay, so now I'm gonna chop up some peppers here and chop up my onions. I'm like, it's still good, it's still early, it's only 2, and I still had to stop for the guy to come. So this, I feel like I'm doing really good. I really, really do. I feel really confident and good what I'm doing. So let's chop, put them in a bowl, and then we'll put them all together in bags. Some we'll leave separate, and then we'll put the stuff in the freezer. Okay, I quickly changed my mind. That tastes so good, so good. I'm doing fajitas tonight. So we have our chicken barbecue over here. We'll just save it because you know what? We can have it another day. This will go good with wraps. We can do wraps still, but I'm thinking that's just good. I'm gonna do chicken fajitas tonight because that's really good. This is, this is good too. Basically, it's just way too good, way too good. So I'm gonna save, do I put my buffalo chicken in the refrigerator? I can. I'll keep it in there for a couple days. If we don't eat it, I'll put it in the freezer. But tonight, it's going to be the fajita. So I'm going to put olive oil in here. I'm going to put my veggies in here and just, we'll saute them over here, cook it all. It'll be easy. And then the rest I'll put in bags. Okay, so even though I made 3 whole meals of fajitas, I'm only saddened that I only have a little bit of just plain chicken. I guess I wasn't planning on doing a ton of fajitas, but since we had all those peppers, I was kind of like, I feel like I should do that. So I have them on a pot over here. I'm gonna turn those on a little bit when it gets closer to dinner. The rest I'm gonna go put in, like, look at, awesome, in the freezer. And then I have a slow cooker full of shredded chicken, let's get this in the freezer and I'll come right back. Come back tomorrow, you'll see how I organize everything, because I'm just kind of meticulously, or you know what, do I have room inside? I'm running out of space. Tomorrow I'll come back, we'll organize the freezers better. I'm done, I'm finished. I started my fajita meat for dinner over here. The only thing I have left is I have some onions right here, and I have this slow cooker of the chicken. This was all of the rotisserie chicken. Like I said, it just tastes chickeny. It's nice and falling apart now. So what I'm gonna do with this, because we make all these freezer meals, and then like a week from now, I'm gonna go, oh, why didn't I save some chicken for such and such a recipe? Or why didn't I save chicken for this recipe? So I'm going to do that. And then tomorrow, I was gonna do it today, but I think I'm gonna be done with my day so that I can edit and go for a walk and go swim in my pool and go spend some time with my family. So I'm gonna do that today. So I'm gonna do cream of chicken soup, because I think I'm out. I think there was one hidden in the back of the freezer, but I'll have to organize it to be able to find it. So I'm thinking, let this cool here. I'm gonna shut it off. It's on high. I'm just gonna put this in a bag and I'll put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll make some cream of chicken soup tomorrow, and then we'll also put some in the freezer for another meal. So it's been awesome. Oh my goodness. Does anybody else feel alive? I feel alive. Alive and invigorated. Last week with the breakfast, I'm like, all right, now my freezer's getting full. I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good with the freezer meals. So I'm excited. This is motivating me to go, I could do ground beef next. So I just might. I'm gonna see how the rest of my week goes and what I decide to do, because we do have birthdays coming up, Christmas, all those fun things. And I gotta go see the space I have in my freezer too. So we will see, but it's an awesome day. So I thank you for watching, always supporting my channel through the cooking, the non-cooking, through what I do, my seasons of life. Sometimes I got a lot going on, sometimes I don't have much going on, and our move, everything else. I appreciate your support of my channel over the years and just very thankful for you. So you have a fantastic, I'm talking fantastic rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. I know we're gonna make cream of chicken soup. We're also gonna be organizing our freezers. So, all right, see you tomorrow. Bye.